it's okay to destroy the planet and kill nearly everyone on it. Because if you're one of the elite, you get to survive.
Eventually, there's going to be, the social unrest that leads to your undoing, which is why these same people are looking at creating bomb shelters.
2 main residences are reportedly connected by a tunnel, which also leads to the underground bunker, which is guarded by a concrete-filled metal door.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Anna, and you're watching Anna Speaks Out. By the way, if you'd like to support what I do here, I do have a Patreon. There's lots of exclusive videos on there from months past. The link will be in the description. Have a great day. Thank you. As many of us are aware of at this point, the cinematic masterpiece, which is the Michelle and Barack Obama produced Netflix special, Leave the World Behind, came out in the not too distant past. And it has people talking. The movie centers around the main characters being thrust suddenly into what is the beginnings of a post-apocalyptic world. And it has people talking about, what the actual real world would be like if we were to have a real-life post-apocalyptic reality. And a lot of people have been asking, what if the elites are already aware of such a thing that is being planned for the future? And what if they were already preparing, bunkers or things of the sort for themselves in case of that event happening? The answer to that second question, at least, is yes. It's been happening for quite a number of years now.
Media theorist Douglas Rushkoff shows up at an exclusive resort to deliver a talk about the digital future to a group of wealthy tech executives.
I was in the green room waiting to go on when 5 men came into the green room and sat around this little table they had there. And I found out that there was no talk for me to go do, that these guys were the talk. And then the third question, the one that made me realize that this was more than I signed up for, they said, Alaska or New Zealand? Meaning, where should they situate their bunkers for the event?
For years, New Zealand has been an apocalypse escape destination for America's elite. Notable home buyers include the tech tycoon Peter Thiel. He's also bet that America was not the place to be if things collapsed. So he arranged for a New Zealand passport just in case.
This 1,400-acre compound is located on the northeast side of the Hawaiian island of Kauai. With the release of the movie, Leave the World Behind, which explores the concept of survival in a post-apocalyptic world, many are wondering if Zuckerberg's underground bunker is a precautionary measure against potential global disasters, which further raises the question on what Zuckerberg knows and what he is planning with this compound, where the 2 main residences are reportedly connected by a tunnel, which also leads to the underground bunker, which is guarded by a concrete-filled metal door that is blast-proof in case of a nuclear blast, and will have its own energy and food supplies, making it completely self-sustainable. It is rumored that the shelter will be equipped with state-of-the-art technology and advanced security systems to ensure the safety of Zuckerberg and anyone he invites down there when the time comes.
This 6-foot-tall rock wall along Ko'olau Road in Pila'a has been jokingly compared to the wall Donald Trump wants between the U.S. and Mexico. The wall protects billionaire Mark Zuckerberg's 700-acre estate, which he bought in 2014 for about $120 million. But ironically, the heaviest attacks came on Facebook, which Zuckerberg helped found.
You have Sam Altman doing the same thing in Hawaii right now. The founder of OpenAI and ChatGPT. You have even Ronda Rousey, you have Kanye, you have Post Malone. You have all of these celebrities, athletes, millionaires, and billionaires doing the same exact thing right now. Why? Well, if you look at some eerie connections between that movie Leave the World Behind and this new movie that's coming out in the spring of 2024 in April called Civil War.
19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings.
You can kind of connect some pretty interesting dots here.
2020 has been a really crazy year, and we've been going through just everything imaginable. So me being me, I had to look into some kind of survival shelters and to see what our options are.
I have a bunker right now that no one's seen on YouTube or social media. Most people in the world would kill to have this bunker.
That's amazing.
And so back in 2021, Kim Kardashian went to check out this bunker that was designed by this guy from Atlas Survival Shelters.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Atlas Survival Shelters. It's not every day I get to be on a TV series with a reality TV star as big as the one I'm going to do today.
Considering all of the celebrities that were just mentioned that have been regularly doing this type of thing for a while, I find this reasoning that they give for this to be pretty difficult to actually take seriously. In April of 2021, the Daily Mail reported Kim Kardashian shops for survival bunkers for entire famous family. And they said that this occurred after a friend was robbed on a previous episode. The 40-year-old reality star felt incredibly anxious after friend Jonathan Cheban, 47, called to tell her he had been stripped of a $250,000 watch at gunpoint. Kim began to revisit the trauma of her own 2016 robbery in Paris, which saw her bound, gagged, and held up as $10 million worth of jewelry was stolen from her. And so they say to deal with her anxiety, she started investigating survival equipment and recruited sister Chloe, 36, to stay with her for a test run in a cylindrical bunker. Kim wanted to see if it was feasible for her whole family to live that way if everything really got worse, as it felt like it might during a COVID crazy year. So yeah, I could see that being enough to give anybody a little bit of PTSD, but robberies are generally a reason why celebrities hire security detail equipped with weapons or advanced home security systems and things like that, not bunkers. Seeing that these celebrities and so-called elites have seemingly been planning and are still planning and preparing for some future post-apocalyptic type of event that the rest of us are apparently just not really privy to, or at least the exact details of what's supposed to happen. It seems to me that it would make some sense for the average person, you and I, to do what we can to be prepared to survive for as long as we can if such a type of situation were to actually occur. Especially those of us who have children or elderly family members or whoever to take care of, I think it would really be wise to just do what we can. I know that the average person is not going to be able to do anything near what these celebrities have been doing. And, for the majority of us, ultimately, it would be up to God whether or not we survive here on this earth. But yeah, I just think it's wise to do what we can with what has been given to us and afforded to us by God. It actually reminds me of a couple different parts of the Bible. Proverbs chapter 6, verses 6 through 11 say, "Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no captain, overseer, or ruler, provides her supplies in the summer, and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you slumber, O sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? A little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall your poverty come on you like a prowler, and your need like an armed man." And then Genesis chapter 41, verses 33 through 36, referring to the time when Egypt was going to have 7 years of famine coming up, say, "Now therefore let Pharaoh select a discerning and wise man, and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, to collect 1/5 of the produce of the land of Egypt in the 7 plentiful years. And let them gather all the food of those good years that are coming, and store up grain under the authority of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities. Then that food shall be as a reserve for the land for the 7 years of famine which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land may not perish during that time." So these two passages just seem to me to be good biblical examples of preparing for a future, more difficult time that you know is coming during a season in which you have plenty of resources to pull from. And for many of us, at least relatively speaking, that time of more resources is now. If you found that interesting, please click the thumbs up, share it around, and consider subscribing. And I'm very curious to know what your thoughts are, so I can't wait to see you in the comments.